The Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone movie cut an important moment from the books, ultimately missing a chance to drive several important details home. While any book-to-screen adaptation must make cuts to the source, it's often frustrating which moments are chosen to chop and which stay. Each of the Harry Potter movies is guilty of this, to some extent, but Sorcerer's Stone is often lauded as the installment that made the least changes from the book. Unfortunately, a specific obstacle at the end of the first Harry Potter book stands as an exception. At the end of the Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone movie, Harry, Ron, and Hermione bravely face the obstacles meant to protect the Sorcerer's Stone. They got past Fluffy and the trapdoor, fell into a pit of Devil's Snare, and played a daring game of wizard's chess before Harry was left to face Professor Quirrell and the Mirror of Erised. It was an exciting sequence, but this wasn't all the Golden Trio faced in the first Harry Potter book. A potion trial arranged by Professor Severus Snape was another obstacle protecting the stone, which should never have been cut. Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone cutting the potions trial downplays Harry's bravery. This was Harry's final chance to turn back or keep going. In the Harry Potter movies, the chess room is the final obstacle before Harry confronts Quirrell in front of the Mirror of Erised. He entered this room alone after Ron gave his big "not me, not Hermione, you" speech and instructed Hermione to stay behind with an unconscious Ron only because his friend had urged him forward. However, in the Sorcerer's Stone book, Harry chooses to go on alone after the potions trial room since the vials of potion he and Hermione faced would allow one person to proceed and one person to head back. By choosing to be the one to carry on, Harry was demonstrating his most defining quality, his bravery. It would be precisely this fact that would allow him to face Lord Voldemort and win years later, and it was through this act in Sorcerer's Stone that Dumbledore first fully realized just how selfless, brave, and, therefore, powerful Harry was. Without this moment in the Sorcerer's Stone movie, it seemed as if Harry had no real choice but to carry on alone. It's implied that someone had to stay with Ron, and Harry certainly couldn't do it after his friend's magnificent speech. The impact of his own choice was significantly lessened. Hermione's character is also hurt by this Harry Potter movie change. The potions trial was Hermione's time to shine. Hermione, Emma Watson, looking smug on the Hogwarts Express in Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. While the follow-up to the potions trial was a time for Harry to prove his bravery, the event itself was all about Hermione. The Sorcerer's Stone movie made it clear that Harry, Ron, and Hermione each had a moment to shine while going after the titular stone. Harry got to catch the winged key from a broomstick, Ron proved his strategy skills while playing chess, and Hermione demonstrated her intellect and logic while working out the potions puzzle. The room, which contained several potions all in a row, came with a riddle for her to solve, and Hermione barely broke a sweat doing so. Since the Harry Potter movies cut the potions trial, Hermione was instead given the Devil's Snare problem to solve. However, this had been more of a joint effort in the Sorcerer's Stone book. Hermione had panicked just as much as her friends, and the three all worked together to find a solution, with Hermione forgetting for a moment that she was a witch and could make fire until Ron reminded her. Ultimately, the potions trial was a far better demonstration of Hermione's strength. Her defeating the Devil's Snare in the Sorcerer's Stone movie only reinforced that Hermione can memorize everything she reads and regurgitate it. While this is true, her intelligence goes far beyond that. She has the practical logic far beyond that of even adult witches and wizards. As she said after reading the riddle, even some of the bravest and most powerful would have been stuck in that room forever, but Hermione got them through in a matter of moments. The omission of the potions trial makes no sense when you really think about it. The trials were the final clue that Quirrell, not Snape, was after the stone. Snape seeing Harry for the first time in Sorcerer's Stone. While Hermione and Harry proving themselves through the potions trial is an excellent argument for why it should have been kept in the Harry Potter movies, it's not even the strongest. Up to the end of Sorcerer's Stone, Harry, Ron, and Hermione were confident that Severus Snape was the villain. However, in the book and the movie, Hagrid tells the Golden Trio that Snape is one of the teachers protecting the stone. It was this unintentional slip of information that tipped them off that there were spells and enchantments below Fluffy's trapdoor. However, in the movie, Snape's contribution is nowhere to be seen. It makes no sense that movie Hagrid would provide this tidbit, but there would be nothing designed by Snape protecting the stone in the end. This was a significant part of his twist and served as one of the hints that it was actually Quirrell who Harry would find standing in front of the Mirror of Erised. After all, Quirrell also had placed a form of protection in the way of the stone in the first Harry Potter book, a troll. This detail, combined with the existence of Snape's potion trial, was a subtle clue that Quirrell was behind everything since a troll had been the distraction on Halloween night. The first Harry Potter movie should have kept this obstacle, but it's clear why it didn't. There just wasn't time in the Harry Potter movie. The Mirror of Erised in Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. Overall, there are various reasons why the potion trial should have been kept in the Harry Potter movies. It gave both Hermione and Harry a moment to show their worth while also subtly revealing who the true villain of Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone was. By cutting this, the films removed the more nuanced aspect of this mystery and threw off the poetic, literary balance that was the protections of the Sorcerer's Stone. These trials were not only physical obstacles standing in Harry's way but a metaphor for the overarching journey he and his friends would face over the next 6 Harry Potter books. Of course, it must be acknowledged that this wouldn't have come across the same way in the Harry Potter movies. While Hermione pondering this riddle was fun in the books, it would have been a difficult moment to bring to the screen, where show, don't tell is a necessity. There just wouldn't have been room in the ending sequence of Sorcerer's Stone without cutting other essential moments from the story. Hopefully, this is something that HBO's Harry Potter remake can repair, since the TV format should mean more time overall. For now, however, fans must content themselves with the events of the book.